Hello guys, it's Jeanette from Backroom Creations. Come on in. Just gonna find my comments here. Hop on and tell me hi and tell me where you're watching from. We're going... Oh, should clean my glasses. Come on in, everybody. Let me know that you're watching. Even if you're a silent watcher, just say hi. I like to see who all is here. There we go. A little bit better. Tonight we are going to make some scrap wood into a Christmas decor. I make these every year. Hi Diane! How are you? Long time no see. So we have a lot of scrap wood around and I have a hard time parting with it because I can make so many things. And he's like, you can't save it all. I'm like, but I could make this and I can make that and I have to let go of some of it. But the bigger pieces, we definitely save. I've got a bin out there that if I put it in the bin, he's not allowed to throw it away. Hi, Lori. And, but if I get the bin too full, then I have to either use it or he's going to start throwing stuff away. So tonight we are going to use, these are scrap 2x6s. Yeah. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Brenda. How are you doing? So my face is all red. I'm not sick, but I had my back injections, and they're steroids, so I have hot flashes for a couple weeks. So this is this is the way I'll look for a couple weeks, and a headache and stuff like that. But I only get them like 2 or 3 times a year, so it's not too bad. So we're going to use some scrap 2x6. Hubby cut them on little angles for me. Thank you, Cheryl. I was already working on some. I have like, I'm going to make this a set. He's like, you didn't stain the other one. Hi, Miss Rowe. Hi, Jamie. How are you? I will paint this one green, and then we'll put some green stuff. I like to use scrap paper. I like to use trim. You can use all kinds of things, or you can just paint them. I see lots of people just paint them or stain them and put them on their tables, their counters, everything. So I mixed up some paint here. It was a little too country blue for me, and I'm going with this scrap paper. So it's got some little sunflowers on it, and I'm going to use some pip berries. If you don't know me very well, I love pip berries, and I have them in a lot of different colors. So we're just going to put this down on, let's see, we're going to do the paper on that side so we can do this side. Thank you very much. So we're just going to paint the sides that we are not going to decoupage. They have a couple, 1 or 2 knots in them. They're not too bad. I don't particularly care if there's a couple things wrong. I don't want it full of knots, but this one's really naughty. Right there in that one spot, but we'll get it. So tomorrow I have a craft show. He's like, you're going to go live the night before the craft show? And I'm like, sure, because I need to make my trees. So we will just do it tonight. This should be dry by morning. So we're actually going to paint this one, and then we'll put it off to the side. If you don't know, I like to paint on Dollar Tree cookie sheets, because then I can just pick it up and move it somewhere. So somebody everybody. I've been working on my commands, you know, the exclamation mark, and then notify and followage. So if somebody would try that out and let me know, we'll see if it's working. So let's try, hi sissy, let's try notify. So exclamation point, notify, no spaces. If you don't know what I'm talking about, everybody can set these up. I think everybody can. Okay, so we're going to set this off to the side. Hi, Esther Ray. How are you doing? This is the other thing I've been working on, is I make Christmas presents out of 4x4s. And I was putting ribbon on them. There it works. So you'll get a notification when I go live. Yay. I'm going to put this over here for now, in case I need it again. So that's that one. It worked, yay! Oh, yep, Lori already knows it. The followage will tell you how long that you have followed me. And hoping you still are. I know Facebook. Ooh, I found a brand new. Ooh, I got 2 brand new cookie sheets. I thought I bought a couple extra. And then they end up looking like this. But they're only $1.25. If they get too bad, I just throw them away. So we're going to let that one dry. So this is going to go with my 2 stained one. Good. And we're going to paint it green. I don't know if I want a bright green or a mossy green. I like the mossy country green. Ooh, we need to shake that baby up. It's almost gone. And then I have, ooh, I have really bright Christmas green. Should we do that one? Let's see what we got to go with it. Well, I have those green. Let's see what I got in my little tote here. These are red and so neither one of them really match. Or we could put those on them. I love these. I buy 2 or 3 things of them every year. And they go on lots of different projects. Hi, Annette. So since, what to do? Where's my paintbrushes? This one's awful green. I'm just testing out. Oh, I could do both. And it'll look like it's buried colors. So let's paint it this color first. Oh, look at that. Then while it's wet, I don't want to do no double dipping. Oh, here's my brushes. I wonder where there's at. So while that's wet, oh, that's looking better. Because I didn't like either one of the colors. But now we kind of got a more muted green. So let's, we're going to do this one first. We got to do the sides. I must have just bought this one. I try to have at least all the colors because I like to mix colors. You know, if it's too bright for you, put some brown in it. Thank you, Lori. I'm just sitting here thinking you could almost do that with like the baking soda paste where you mix baking soda and a paint and then like make real branches, you know. But we're just going to paint. No, this one I'm going to paint all the sides. And then he makes little trees. I should have brought one up with me. He makes these little trees out of 1x2s. And then he has to clamp them together and glue them. I was sanding some earlier. Never have enough time. Of course, you know, we work full time. So we don't have lots and lots of time to make stuff, but we try. This is pretty much our life. Always trying to think of better things and try to get on, learn how to market ourselves. I've been around for 4 years, but you know, with health things and kid things, or grandkid things per se, I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. So I'm just going to paint the back here. Same thing. I'll get the bottom later. That way it can stand on the bottom. But you really can just cut a triangle out of any size piece of wood. I like the 2x wood. Now we know it's not full 2 inches. It's like 1.5 inches to 1 3/4. And then a 2x6 is only 5.5 inches wide. I don't know why they gotta make things so difficult. If you get too much of one color, you just go back and do it again. I've been making ornaments and trees and presents. Ragdoll presents. Or ragdoll ornaments. I bought the stuff to make those, the Mercury looking. I know, isn't it pretty? I'm liking it. But the Mercury, you know, the old time Mercury ornaments, can't even talk tonight. They kind of look like a mirror that's really, really aged. I think I'm done with the green. I'm going to have to get me a new apron here pretty soon. I'll wash it, but it don't come out. Okay. So let's help this dry just a little bit. Yes, I am liking this green. I'll have to do that some more often. It was snowing here yesterday. I mean, like really snowing. It didn't stick very long. Hi, Colleen. How are you? And then today it rained. So at work, we couldn't decide whether the air conditioner or the heat was going to run. The heat was in the, you know, the foyer area between the 2 doors. So we're making Christmas trees. And you could even like glue little pieces of greenery on it. I get greenery and I'm doing good. Getting ready for a craft show tomorrow. Am I ready? No. I'm never ready. Okay, so we gave that a... See if we can get this over here without dumping. This one I gotta start do one side. Because I'm going to decoupage this one. So who's got their tree up? I wanted to get mine out last weekend, but our little cat has been a holy terror. I haven't swept up in here really good lately. And she was in here finding every little piece of anything. She likes, if I drop a bell, of course. And then pipe cleaners. She loves the pieces of pipe cleaners. Not good for her. Oh, I see a little part I missed. There we go. I'm always organized. I try. I really do. I have some things organized. Aw, I'm sorry, Diane. Yeah, the last 2 years, the kids have slowly started doing their own thing. And I'm not even, this is the first year I'm not cooking Thanksgiving. All the kids, well, one's here local. He just lives 5 blocks down the street. But he's like, "Are you cooking?" I'm like, "Do I need to?" He's like, "Well, he's going to his girlfriend's house." And I said, "No." And the Christmas, they started doing their own thing too, and I'll have to catch up with the grandkids. So it's just a lot different than when I grew up. I think I can lay this on its back now. Ooh, it's warm. So I didn't paint this side because we're going to decoupage it. Oh, I have these too. These are bigger pit berries. Thank you, Sissy. Okay, so this paper, I buy packs of paper. Sometimes I make little tags with them if I don't think I'll use them. Oh, well, that's good, Diane. Oh, that's right. You're not up here, are you, Esther? Yeah, coworker said, "Well, why aren't you doing the one down in that town?" Which they asked me to. But it's outside. I'm like, it's November. I'm not doing nothing outside. I suppose I could have cut that paper down a little bit. Oh, well. And if I look organized, then I'm fooling you. I like to be organized. I'm very organized at work. I don't leave stuff out on my desk. That's just some plain old Mod Podge. My big container's getting down to like the nitty gritty. So see, nope, it's not tall enough, so we're going to have to diagonal it. Thank you, Teresa. My eyes are kind of tired tonight. So you could do the iron method on this if you wanted to. Normally I cut it down a little bit, but I forgot. You know, old age setting in. So we'll cut some of this off before we're going to dry it. We'll just keep working on different things as things dry. Y'all don't want to sit here and watch me run the hairdryer or heat tool. You can use a hairdryer. That's a new one. I don't know if I like it. I don't think it's powerful enough, but it still dries. And it's not as loud as some of them. There we go. So the biggest thing, you want to make sure that you're getting the edges. And then I don't want it to stick down. You do my fob. If you have knots, I try to pick out the best spot. When you decoupage, you want to make sure that you don't have knots or gouges or anything. If you do, use some wood filler, let it dry, and then sand it off. Okay, so I think, let's dry it just a minute. have to watch my time. The other night I wasn't watching my time and I looked up and I'm like, oh, I got 3 minutes. I always have a lot more to do than I know I can do in 45 minutes. But at least we stay busy. Oh, my face is red. Whew. If you weren't here in the beginning, I got back injections and they give you the flushes, hot flashes for a couple weeks. I had a headache all day, but it's gone away a little bit. Okay, let's see if we can sand this off a little bit. Ooh. Yeah, this one's better. I had bought one of these, the little gators, and I lost it somewhere. And so I bought another one, and well, then I found it. So we're just gonna take our little sander at an angle. You don't have to have one of these little gators. You can do it with regular sandpaper. You can wrap it around a little block and then just wait for it to come off. Don't rush it. Don't try pulling on it. It'll get there. Don't use the electric sander because I tried that one time. And it really made my paper, the paper that I didn't want to come off. I heard groceries get delivered. My husband had to put them away all by himself. Oops, timed that one just right. Now you could just leave these as is with the paper on it. Some of them I'll run like just jute around it, jute string. Okay, so now we're going to put a light coat of Mod Podge on here, and then we'll switch to our other one and see if it's dry. Don't need a real heavy coat. If you put too much Mod Podge on here, your paper will start to bubble. I like to use the heavy Mod Podge for these because I'm not trying to, do something real delicate. And then, is this two-sided? No, it was just white, but they have the two-sided paper. Thank you, Teresa. Let's see if we can move this along. You can do big ones, small ones. Even thought about attaching some together. They do like those mountains. So you can turn these into a mountain scape instead of trees. That's cute. Let's see here. I got this out together. We'll see how I like it when I put it up here. Do we like that? So I have those. It doesn't have to be blue. Oh, I have some silver and white ones. You know where I get these? I get these in the wedding aisle at Hobby Lobby. Wait till the his and hers is half off or 40% off. That's where I get these. That's kind of too fancy for those. Have some silver ones. Maybe. Options. What do y'all think? Ooh, I kind of like the silver ones. I do. Let's see if I can find the end. My cat likes pit berries. I had to lock her out of here because she was getting in stuff. But I made those. Uh-oh. Made my comments go away. Oh, for heaven's sakes. I X'd out of everybody. Oh. Can't read my comments. That's what I get for leaving my mouse on the counter. There I am. Get these pulled back up so because I can't read my phone. There we go. So we're just gonna, I start them on the back, and you could go back and forth, or you could go all the way around. It's up to you. I think I'm just gonna go all the way around. Put a little glue on the back. Pit berries are, you know, they're on a wire, so they'll, you don't have to put glue, a lot of glue. But I'll hold that while we go around. See how far apart we want them. Alrighty then. Then we'll end back on the back. You could almost, this could almost be reversible. Have a plain one, because I didn't go across the bottom there. If I'd have planned that, it would have gone there. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I like pit berries. I like to buy them in the rolls. I like to buy the garlands. I don't have a Christmas one yet because I gotta take out my fall one up here and put a Christmas one up. I love that greenery though. It came from Hobby Lobby. And if you're looking for Christmas greenery, look at the garlands, because you can take those apart, and depending on what you're doing, it's less expensive to take apart a garland than it is to buy the picks. Let's get my glue strings. It's cute. So there's that. And then, where's my green one? Oh, it's back here. See if we're all dry. I like how the two different greens dried together. I like that. So I'll paint the bottom. So I'm going to put, I'm not going to use the blue now. I'm going to put bells on the two. See, he made me a little one. I'm going to put bells on these. Oh, I was saying I made the 4x4 pumpkins and I put pit berries on them. I put them on my table and my cat's eating them. She's chewing on them. I love garlands. I pick them apart and put them in two-gallon bags. See, we're going to play smart with this one and go all the way around. Especially a flocked garland. It is a lot cheaper to buy a flocked garland than it is picks. The bell ones have always been popular. See, I think I got it tangled up. Hobby Lobby. They are usually with the Christmas. Now, I bought like, I don't know, 5 rolls last year, so I haven't bought any this year. But they've had in the last 3 years. So you just want to crunch the wire down so it kind of doesn't want to float around. If it wants to float around, you can put a little dab of glue there. But yeah, that's where I bought these. There we go. Oh, let's see if we have enough to go all the way up. It's good to hold it tight, and that way. There we go. Plenty long enough. I'm going to end it right there. Yeah, these are my favorite little picks or trims, I guess you would call it. Oop, I'm going to twist it around a bell right here. And then put a dab of glue on it. I have some stars, but I don't know, but they're not silver. They're rusted. Hi, Mary Claire. Yep, I'm on tonight. I posted I was on. So there's the bells. Let's do our other one. Let's see here. I think these even came from Dollar Tree. Yeah, they did. Those even came from Dollar Tree. If I see them, I snatch them. These all kind of got mixed up. That's all right. I have a bell, little garland I like to put on the door. Floyd doesn't like it. Because You got notified? Awesome. Yep, so if you want to get notified when I go live, put, oh, thank you. Put exclamation point, notify. And then you'll get notified when I go live. I have to write down all the ones I did. I was playing with it the other day. I had it set up once, and I don't know what happened. Just kind of twisting these together a little bit. There we go. Ah! No! Go down. I love the bells just on stained wood. It's just simple. See which sides. Either side could be my front. Woohoo! And if you want a good heavy set, or not set, but scissors, these are Milwaukee scissors, and they will cut darn near anything. I've cut fabric with them. I cut ribbon with them. They're not my fabric scissors, but you can cut fabric with them. Just trying to get this in there so I can twist it around a little bit. There we go. Put a little dab of glue. A little dab of glue will glue you, do ya? So here's those. And then I did this one. I don't know what I should do to it. I had thought about one of the pip berries. I'm not quite sure. Yep, there you go. It's working. Woo, that one had glitter in it. I don't know. This is closer now since Ooh, that actually looks really good. It's got the red and the green in it. It might match too much. No, I think I like it. The only thing I don't like about pip berries is sometimes they'll come out. I'm like, no. But you can do all kinds of decorating to these. I usually do them pretty simple. But you could do little balls. You could do like little berries. You could do little bells. You know, the rusty bells. These are not rusted. I can make them rusted. I like that. This may not be your thing, but these, if I make myself any, they're not going downstairs. The cat will destroy them. She likes pip berries, unless I put them up on the mantle. Of course, the mantle is still full of antiques. There, it went on the floor. Who's up after me? Does anybody know? I forgot to look. I was working on my little presents there all the way up until the time I went live. My hands don't want to work too well tonight. There we go. Pack a little glue. And the best way, if you do a project and you have the little glue spider webs, we call them, just take your heat tool or a hair dryer and just go over it real quick and they'll melt all up after. Oh, well, there you go. I have to pull you up as I'm cleaning up. That or I might not clean up. So I think I'm going to put these in a set. So cute. I like those. So we got that one. We got about 8 or 9 more minutes. So here's our scrap wood projects. You could even make a do a cardboard star and then wrap it in like jute or white yarn or, you know, whatever your color scheme's going on. Hi, Talisa. The color green is actually 2. It's Waverly's Moss and Folk Arts Antique Green. I painted the antique green first and then I went the moss after it. So I kind of mixed them up there. But yeah, it turned out really pretty. So there are those. Let's put this back here. So we got just a couple minutes. I can show you how to make a bow. So I'm making presents. These are 4x4 presents. And I just paint them and put a bow on them. I can put greenery on them. You can decorate them however you want. If you can't make a bow, just practice. When I first started making wreaths, I could not make a bow to save my soul. And I just practice. These are little bows. I'm used to making really big bows. Like tree topper bows. I love making tree topper bows this time of year. But these are only about 3.5-inch loops. Just enough to make it look like a little present. I have several bow makers. I can't make a bow by, just my hands because they cramp. These little bow makers, these deluxe bow makers, I like. Somebody bought me the great big one. One of my girls that when I had a private group, she bought me one. which was super nice of her. So I make 2 loops that are at 3.5 inches, almost 4. And then I make 3 loops of 3 inches. And that's what it looks like. So the biggest thing is you want to use wired ribbon, because no wires in it, it won't hold its shape. And then you have to twist it so the pretty is always up. I have little guides on here that show me what size loop I'm making to help me out. Biggest thing is make sure your loops aren't coming untwisted. Just gonna make one more 3-inch. And then for this particular bow maker, everybody used to laugh at me. I put a a clothespin right there, and it will hold my bow so it doesn't go anywhere. My bigger bow maker, I can't, the pegs are too big and I can't do that. And then we're going to get a piece of wire. This is called your stack. You don't want to lose your stack. Little bows is pretty hard to lose your stack unless you just drop it. I just pinch it all together and then twist, twist, twist. It's easier when they're bigger, but you do it all the same. You just fluff it up. Move your loops out. So I have 2 loops that were 3.5 inches. One of my 3-inch ones will stick up in the middle, and this one's right in the middle of the bigger ones. That tail's upside down, so you just want to twist it. Some of my presents I put greenery on. This year I just been doing a bow, just keeping it simple. I usually cut off my tails a little bit after I put it on the block, just to see how it's going to lay. The blocks are 9, 7, and 4. My favorite set, this is becoming my favorite set. This is the first time I've done the black and white. Normally I paint things black and then do white dry brushing over it. But I had these white from last year and I didn't finish them. So when I went to finish them, like, I don't want them white anymore. So then I just put a big glob of glue. You don't want to really mess with it till it's really glued down. You can hold it down and play with your loops. I wouldn't let go for a few minutes. This is like a velvet with black and white check on the edges. It's really pretty. And like I said, I'll come in here and shorten these up just a tad. And then if something's not laying right, like my little tail was wanting to flip up, let's give it a little bit of extra glue, then it won't be going nowhere. That's how I make my little bows for my present. I think this is becoming, oh, thank you. I think this is becoming my favorite set. I normally do a stained block with red and black buffalo check. Now I ordered this from an online supplier. This one came from either White Bayou or the Reese Shop, because I put initials on them. I'm not sure. Yeah, either White Bayou or the Reef Shop. And those are mostly from when I started was making wreaths. So, but thanks for coming and hanging out with me while we made our scrap wood trees. And if you make any, send me a picture. But thanks for coming and hanging out with me, guys. And make sure to watch Row in the next creator. Just if you're on Craft Around the Clock, just swipe. Make sure you join. Thank you. Have a good night. Thanks, Cynthia.